Okay, so I only have 6 trays of lisianthus in these larger 72 air pruner trays. So 6 trays that look like this. I have never had lisianthus plugs that are this big, and I just think they look great. So these are the first ones I started in January. So I've been babying them for 4 months now almost, and I got a couple trays in this afternoon. I'm hoping to get the last 4 trays in, and I'm putting them in landscape fabric. I haven't done that for 3 years, but I am gonna try it again. I'm hoping with the nematodes that I've been applying the last couple years and having the chickens in the field that we don't have another cutworm problem. So cross your fingers. This is making me nervous because I get really sad when I lose my lisianthus babies, especially ones that look this nice.
Are we sure? No. way back from this corner.
Yep. Sometimes it gets so stable that it's going to be beautiful this summer. I am so excited to have my first row of lisianthus planted, and I have 2 more rows ready, which ended up being way more work than I had anticipated for this spring, because the rows that I had ready by the chickens are covered in perennial weeds. So it's a bit of an oops on my part, but we could talk about that another day. I still plan on putting lizzies there, but these rows looked a little bit easier to get into early on. So Pauline and I did weed them first, and then we put a little bit of compost, drip line, and fabric. And so hopefully now, it was more work at the beginning, but throughout the summer, the lisianthus can just grow through the holes and there'll be minimal weeding. And I'm happy to report that they look great. They've been in here, some of them, for 5 days now. I see 0 cutworm damage, and we've just had 2 really cold nights, which is okay for lisianthus if they're hardened off well. So it looks like, yeah, they're okay with that. And we have 1 more night to get through of like freezing temperatures. I'm actually more worried about my peonies. Some of them are in bud stage, like a little pea-sized bud, and if that freezes, that will take out the bloom. So that could potentially be more costly damage for me. So hopefully that doesn't happen and we don't get too cold tonight. And I have to show you another thing I'm super excited about. This is my dahlia bed, and this is the one that I covered with multiple long sheets of plastic or fabric, and I needed some of them to take off to use elsewhere in the farm. So I did peek, because I was here, I did peek underneath to see what was happening. And look what I found. It's alive. This tuber is alive. I only looked at one. I'm gonna not waste any more time digging around, but I am feeling pretty optimistic about my dahlias surviving this past winter. And I thought I should show you my 3rd win of the week. This is probably the most stubborn goat kid I've ever tried to get to drink on a bottle. It took 6 days, 6 long days, but she is drinking now from her bottle, and now we're trying to master the art of getting them both to drink at the same time so that it's quick and there's little fighting between the 2 of them. So I feel like we're ending this week on a much more positive note. I feel like having the lisianthus in the ground, seeing life on one of my dahlias, and then especially getting this little one to drink from a bottle, that really felt like a win finally. I was super happy to see success there. So, and bonus, Pauline came for 2 days. So we moved a bunch of perennials, weeding, getting those rows prepped. It just felt good to get lots done despite the cold and wet weather that we had this week. So I'm looking forward to next week getting more planting done. And we did have 1 more delivery in the barn here, so only 1 mom to go. This week's delivery went really well, needed 0 help from me. It was just 1 single baby, so I'm not sure why I'm not having more twins, but at least they're healthy, so I will take that. But thank you for being here this week and watching and subscribing and liking my videos, and those of you that have become members, I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you again next time.